Let's talk about Van Helsing. Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody. And today's review is going to be about 2004? 2004 is Van Helsing, I believe. Yes, 2004. And without butchering the synopsis like last time, I'm going to be doing this off of IMDb. Jesus Lord, this is a hefty synopsis, but we're going to read it anyway. Famed monster slayer Gabriel Van Helsing, Hugh Jackman, is dispatched to Transylvania to assist the last of the Valerius bloodline in defeating Count Dracula, Richard Roxburgh. Anna Valerius, Kate Beckinsale, reveals that Dracula has formed an unholy alliance with Dr. Frankenstein's monster, Schuler Hensley, and is hell-bent on exacting a centuries-old curse on her family. Together, Anna and Van Helsing set out to destroy their common enemy, but uncover some unsettling secrets along the way. Pretty much, that's kind of the gist of the whole movie. Now, Night at the Museum, Van Helsing is another one of those nostalgic movies for me where I just remember seeing it as a little kid. But this is a little different though. Whereas Night at the Museum will always stay kind of like a childhood type of movie, this one, we're gonna see the differences in it, you know? Might be good, might be bad, we'll find out. First on the list is the cinematography. Now, when it comes to the movie, let's see some of the good and the bad cinematography. The good. So, easily by far the best cinematography in the movie. I feel like it's a little bit biased because of the added effects, but the beginning of the movie, the whole black and white section of the beginning of the movie, if you don't like the movie and you think it's shit, then you have to at least admit that the beginning is kind of like the whole black and white section. You're just kind of like a giddy little like, you know, like the beginning is just so dope. It's such an homage, but it's done so like it's done well in my taste at least. It's done pretty well. And some of the slip ups or any of like the ugly like choices they decided to make can kind of just be like it's okay, you know. That's if it looks fake, it's an homage, so it's supposed to look fake. Or you know, this is done not precisely correct, but it's okay. You know, it's appropriate for it, I guess I have to say. The bad would be later in the movies when it's just, this movie's hella goofy, bro. And occasionally you're gonna get a bunch of shots where they're just a mess, or they're just weird choices for weird times. Like the whole werewolf thing, like how, was it Falcon or Valken, whatever the hell his name is. Like his view when he's a werewolf is kind of like, I don't know. It's cool, yeah. Like, whoa, it's wispy and it's quick, and he's a werewolf. You get to see through his eyes and how he moves. Yeah, all right. But in my review, I was kind of like, all right, this is kind of bullshit. Like, how do you? I was more focused on the fact, like, how the hell can you not hear this nigga? He's right here, like, he's right here, hovering above your head, like, and you can't, like, oh, it's part of the breeze. The occasional, definitely the occasional awkward shot choices. I can't pinpoint one because they're honestly scattered throughout the movie here and there. Whatever. Next would have to be the acting. Now for this movie, with any movie, acting is key. Your movie could be made out of shit, but if you're good acting, if you're good actors, I mean, then that would make it or break it, because then it won't fucking matter. So let's put the best with the worst. Now the best acting. Okay, this might be a little controversial here, but Hugh Jackman was on my first, but then I thought about it, and I was like, but who really played to their part? And would have to be the monk dude. It'd have to be his little friend the monk. Hold on, what's his name? Carl, played by David Wenham. Wenham? Because, alright, so why? Alright. Just take a moment and think about this with me, okay? He had to play the monk who knew a lot of things, who pretty much studied and prepared more or less for any occasion. He was a bookworm, right? He was a person that's giving himself to the Holy Order, but he's not there just yet. So he's able to, you know, say the word, damn it, or sleep with a little Miss Something that he ends up saving in the middle of the movie. You know, he's able to just like let his little wings fly a little bit. You know what I mean? But I feel like if anything, he probably played his thing to the part, because I was like, the entire time I did not think, this is David playing a bookworm type character. I was like, no, this is Carl. You know, versus where it's Hugh Jackman. Like, you know Hugh Jackman as Hugh Jackman, okay? There are certain roles where he just says, like, okay, Logan, you know? That's one of the only ones I could think of. But like when he's playing Wolverine, he's playing Logan. You're like, well, that's Logan. I applaud you, Hugh Jackman. You're playing Logan. But when he's doing other things, you're like, oh, it's Hugh Jackman playing this. You're like, oh, it's Hugh Jackman. I can see Hugh Jackman trying to do that. You see the same thing here. You're like, oh, it's Hugh Jackman playing as Gabriel Van Helsing. On the other hand, this is Carl. We don't know this guy's real name. You know his name. You've seen him before. This is Carl. Okay? Sold. He's probably the best one out of the bunch. The worst. Okay. I don't like his portrayal of him, but like the guy who plays Dracula, was it Richard Roxburgh? This is what I mean when the movie's so whimsical. It's not in a cool like wonderful way. This is so like it's so stupid. What are you doing? Why do you come out of a coffin and you fly like this? Why do you just start dancing while the guy screams in pain? Like, yeah, I guess you're trying to prove that you're sadistic and you dance to the scream of men or something. But like, I don't know. It seems so extra. What? People are screaming, right? There's a guy screaming in the background and then suddenly I'm just like smiling. And then, you know, what can I do to make myself seem creepier? Let me just start slow dancing with myself. Like it's happy hour at a Spanish bar. It's so over the top. It's so overacting. It's not needed. All the vampires were all overacting and it was so cringe. This is what... I'm gonna get to that in a minute. But definitely, Carl, best. Worst, Richard Roxburgh as Dracula. Fucking worst. Jesus Lord. Or the best and the worst sets. Okay, so the best set, I would have to say, would be the simplest things. You know, the things that just kind of go under the radar and you'd be like, why are you giving it to that? It would have to be the little village. The whole village when he first shows up. Because he's headed to Transylvania, there's a little village here. It looks like a village. It looks like they just like, okay, well, we're gonna like, you know, put some stuff up. But this is an authentic village. If it's authentic and you could believe it, bro, you're done. You're pretty much set. I believe it. No argument there. The worst. Ooh, okay. It's so grandiose, but it puts... Yeah, see, it makes me want to scratch. Like, it gets me all itchy. But it probably have to be Dracula's castle, man. Like, Frankenstein's castle is pretty much the same thing as Dracula's castle, so the castles... okay. That's a two-part right there, the worst. The actual worst is Dracula's castle. It's really done. It's too much for no reason, besides the fact that it's Dracula, and it just confuses me, and like some things don't make sense. I think I loathe it the most just because that's at the time when I realized, okay, this movie's been going on for way too long. What am I looking at? Why is this so ugly to look at? Like, which is the point, I guess, but at the same time, I don't know. I was just like, here's an asterisk for an honorable mention. The whole part with the horses on the coach. That whole shit, that whole thing was just manufactured just to kill off one of the vampire ladies, the vampresses. That's even a word. This movie is... Oh my god. Oh my lord, this movie is getting on my nerves just talking about it. Okay, honorable mention, that whole scene, because that was so manufactured and so forced. Let's put the trail through the woods, and then let's have the horses jump over the bridge going about, say, 25 miles an hour and still make it, kind of. You know, the thing fell off, but that was kind of on purpose. But then after that, let's put the trail next to a cliff. That way, when one of the characters hang off, we'll be like, whoa, oh my god, she might die. Who the hell puts a beaten path next to a cliff when they have all the forest? Like, literally, a whole countryside, not even more than a countryside, just like a whole country of a forest. You have it to your left. You choose to put a beaten path next to a cliff. And then at the end of the whole chase, it curves right back into the trees. Why? Okay? You're gonna put stakes in the chase, sure, I get it. Why you gotta put a chasm next to a road, okay? There's no way in hell that little river at the very, very bottom eroded that fast in over 400 years enough to make a beaten path look fresh. It's bullshit. That's all I'm saying. It's bullshit. So overall, watching this back, I thought this movie was gonna be like an hour and 20, or maybe an hour 30. This movie is 2 hours long, and you feel it. After a certain point, you're kind of like ready to be like, all right, here comes the finale. But there's a whole there's like 4 acts in this movie or something. It's like it's that big. It's like ridiculous, and you feel it. I felt it, man. I was just like, oh, it's 1 in the morning. Can we get to like when Dracula becomes a bitch and he gets killed easy as fuck by Van Helsing? Please, can we get to that part? Any redeeming factors? Hugh Jackman, Carl. And a lot of like the silly like adult type humor a little bit, like when she lands on his face, or when they constantly do like some sexual like innuendos or something like I don't know, they were kind of funny and cheesy, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Ha ha ha. Sure, you gotta laugh at me. But besides that, I don't know if I'm gonna be revisiting the movie again, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe in the middle of the day or something, if somebody wants to see it with me, but I'm gonna have to give this movie a 3.5 out of 10, man. That's pretty low, but that's how much like irritated, cringe, and like everything. I was just like, come on, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? What am I looking at here? Yeah, for nostalgia, sure. Those 3.5 is just pure nostalgia. It's concentrated nostalgia. That's all that is. But it's not. No, 3.5. Alright. Maybe some of y'all really love it. Maybe you guys you think this is one of the best movies ever made. What are you talking about? You're stupid. You're so stupid. That's okay. That's my honest opinion, dog. I'm just saying. What the hell was I smoking as a kid, man? I fell in love with this movie. If you guys like the video, please leave a like, subscribe, or an unlike. Go ahead. It's a free country. I'm gonna plug a little bit of my little tags at the bottom here. Little social media things if you're curious on what I do on the daily. But yeah, thank you for watching my video. Peace out. 頑張った努力した